Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the iSK HD9990s that are a pretty great set of over-ear closed-back headphones that you can pick up on GearBest for around $75. Now, GearBest sells these at a pretty nice price, and if you want to check it out, I have a link down in the description. So yeah, let's take a look around the box. Now, I've opened these and tested them already. I just put them back in so you can see what the unboxing experience is like. So you got a pretty standard box. But inside, you will find a massive carrying case that holds everything inside of it. Also got this instruction manual, but it's all in Chinese, so that's useless. But you don't really need instruction manual for headphones, really. So here you can see this carrying case. It's really nice, although it is absolutely massive. Like, this is the size of my head, pretty much. But given the design of the headphones, they can't fold up, so I'm glad that they included this, just in case you want to bring it around somehow. There are straps. Inside the box, there is a strap that you can clip onto here, so you can tie it onto your backpack and you can sling it over your shoulder, I guess. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but the option is there. I like that they included this, so let's just open it up. You probably can't see that, but there is a kind of a brushed metal looking finish on there, but it's plastic, so it's still nice. Open it up, you'll find a lot of stuff in there. First thing you'll see, obviously, are the headphones. And I'll just show you what else comes in the box. So here you go. You got two sets of cables. The first one is a coiled one. Now these are both very long. They're about 3 meters or 10 feet long. So here's the second set. This is a straight one. This is a coiled one. They both terminate in the same kind of 3.5 millimeter jack here, and you can see that there are screws actually on this one. You can see that the 1/4 inch adapter is already on there, so you can use this with a beefier amp or whatever you might have. So that's pretty nice. Zoom back out. Here's that strap I was talking about, so you can carry these in the case. And there the headphones are. There's a little strap here. You probably can't see that very well. Right there, so that just holds it in a little bit better. So again, really awesome that they included the case. Really awesome that they included 2 different cables. Although I do wish that there was a shorter one, because these are both super long. But another awesome thing that you get inside the box are these extra ear cups. So there are 2 different sets of ear cups. Sorry, and I'll get to those in comfort and sound later. But they're pretty easy to swap. You just put this in focus real quick. You just slide this off and just pop these ones on. So let's talk about the design and build quality. So these are kind of designed like a pair of AKG headphones. You might recognize this cool headband design, the way the ear cups look, and even the way the cable actually connects to the headphone is kind of like an AKG style. So you can see there, that's not a 3.5 millimeter. That's kind of like an XLR looking dealio. So you won't be able to swap cables with the usual type, but it's nice that they included 2 just in case. You can see there that it locks in. It's got a little nub that you have to push, and then these pop out like that. It's a nice design. I like it. It's beefier. Less likely to snap here because of how large it is, but again, it does make it harder to swap out if you so want to. It's mostly plastic. This is plastic. This is plastic. This actual band piece looks like leather, but it's soft rubber, I guess. These are metal with plastic coverings, and you've got a metal ring around here. It's all nice plastic though. It doesn't feel cheap at all. These stickers on each side, these feel a bit cheap, but other than that, they actually feel pretty decent. Again, I like this metal finish, like there too. And one thing that you might notice, and that I definitely noticed, is that these are super wide headphones. They're just massive. I mean, when you put them on your head, it adds like 6 inches in width. This is so wide. It doesn't look like much right now, but once you have it on your head, it just looks ridiculous. So I probably wouldn't wear these outside. I like the way they look and everything, just not when it's on your head, just because of how big it is. So yeah, that's about it for design and build. So let's talk about comfort. These are surprisingly light, and I've never tried this special headband design before, but after doing it, I really like it. It just slides right onto your head. There's no need to mess around with like those extension brackets that you see on normal headphones. These just automatically slide up and down once you put them on your head. I'll zoom in so you can see kind of what's going on here. So right there you can see two little elastics. Don't know if you can see that right there. So pretty much what happens, you put these on your head and that just stretches up like that. You just pull it on your head and it'll just snap into place. Well, not snap into place, it'll stretch into place, and it will provide a very good fit right away. No need for further adjustment. I love this headband design. Another advantage to having this over a traditional headband is that it bends. So no matter what your head shape is, it'll have an even, it'll apply an even force on your head all the way along the headband. So for some people, if you have a really tall head, you might have pressure just applied up here at the top with the normal headphone, or if you have a more squared shaped head, the pressure might be applied in the corners, which is uncomfortable. So this really just evens it out all the way. I really like this design, and that combined with the lightweight really makes these disappear once you wear them for a little bit. Another thing that's awesome, the clamping force is just right, so it uses these two cables, I guess, that hold them together. So they clamp about perfectly. I like the way they clamp. They don't fall off if you shake your head, and they don't squeeze too hard that you start getting a headache or something. Now these don't have like those special swivelly pivots and everything, but since it's only connected by these two up here, they can bend around super easily. So there's really no need for adjustments like that. One thing that I will say though is that they don't go up and down like this. You can kind of bend them, but they don't do it naturally. So when I put them on my head, I have a rather large head, so this gets extended all the way. And one thing that I found is that it doesn't always form a complete seal at the bottom when I first plop them on my head. I kind of have to move them around, and that's just because it doesn't go up and down like this. So, but once you do find that spot, it's perfect for me. If you have a smaller head, these will work just right off the bat. You don't have to fiddle around at all. So overall, the comfort is very good. I like the clamping force, and here's the big difference. There are two sets of ear cups included. So as you can see here, these are the super thick, super awesome memory foam ear pads, and they also come with two slightly smaller, kind of cheap feeling ones. These are just thinner. They don't have that awesome kind of two-part fabric. The pleather here feels cheaper. It's very hard foam, not very squishy. But there is an advantage to using this. I'll tell you a bit more about that later. Comfort-wise, these do okay. They're just not as nice as the ones that you also get pre-installed. The hole is a bit bigger, but you know, these are definitely the ones I prefer. It's nice that they included two though, so you have options. So next up is sound quality. So for $75, these are super impressive. They have a very nice, rich sound signature. It's slightly V-shaped, so that means slightly more pronounced bass, slightly more pronounced highs, but it's still very, very neutral compared to something like a pair of Beats or Bose headphones. I would describe the sound signature to be a bit like the Audio-Technica AT-HM50s actually. Comparing this to my personal pair, I noticed that the bass is a bit more pronounced on these, just a little bit, a bit more sub-bass. The mid sound almost exactly the same, and these actually have a bit more relaxed highs than the M50s. So the M50s are rather sharp. They sound harsh if you listen to them for a longer period of time. These not so much. They still have really clear and detailed highs, but they don't cause your ears to hurt if you listen to them for too loudly or too long. They were a bit sibilant when I first got them out of the box. The first time I put them on, I thought they were way too sharp, but I let them burn in, and they seem to have calmed down a bit. Maybe it's just me getting used to them. Maybe it's actually because it's burning in. I don't know. but it sounds a lot better, in my opinion, than it did before. Again, those highs just came down to a really nice level, really detailed, and actually better than the Audio-Technica M50s, in my opinion. So again, that bass, it doesn't muddle over, it doesn't mess up the mids and highs. It's very present, it's boomy, so it's got really good sub bass. It's not very punchy, however, but depends what you like, really. I enjoy the bass on these, super present. And now I'll talk about the highs again. They're not too bad, but okay, I said that already, so let's just move on. Compared to a pair of open back headphones I have, the Status Audio OB1s, or the Sonic V2s as I have them, as they're known as, these are a bit less sharp than those in terms of highs, but they still sound very good. I love these overall in terms of sound. They're 32 ohms, so they don't need an amp to be driven well. Although, if you like listening to your music super loud, maybe get an amp. For a very loud experience on your phone, you're going to have to turn it all the way up to max. But for me, it's fine. Listening to this on my phone reaches more than enough volume for me. So it's about there. Soundstage. So these are a closed pair of headphones. So they won't have the loudest, or I mean, not the loudest, they won't have the widest soundstage out there, but it's certainly wider than most that I've tested, most closed backs that I've tested. Certain songs, you'll just hear stuff coming from out here instead of in the middle of the cans. It's kind of cool, but these don't have any depth, so you won't be able to tell if something's further away from you, like vertical-wise, or like straight in front of you or right behind you. That's not really there, but the width is kind of there. So it's decent for games. Not the best. If you want a really nice soundstage, obviously go for a pair of open headphones, but these do better than most closed cans, in my opinion. Now, isolation. With these thick pads, the isolation is super good. There's just so much padding around here that you won't really get any noise coming from the outside whatsoever. With the thinner pads, it's a bit of a different story. You might hear a little bit of outside noise, but overall it's really good. And so, these are a pretty awesome pair of headphones. They sound good, with a similar signature to the M50X, just a bit less harsh, which I like, and they cost significantly less than those, so that's a good reason to buy them. If you're looking at the M50s and don't mind using these only indoors, because of how big they are, these are an awesome choice. They got a lot of accessories. Again, 2 sets of ear cups, 2 cables, and a really nice big carrying case. So overall, these are awesome for the price. I totally recommend them. Watch my other videos if you have any